I have my own way of doing math, and it's not about how you tell the truth. It's how you explain it and how you calculate it in your favor. Fulfilled drama, suspense, reconnections, rehashing. If anyone knows how to do a reunion, like it's Andy Cohen for
the,
sure.
the whole production did it right. The only note that I would have is like really having the set design as Nicole, the engagement party, that to me was a little lackluster. But I mean, that wasn't even that specific. No one even knew. Wasn't a big deal. But I would not have went that direction. No.
I was about it.
You liked it. Okay,
I'm
we're
Team
gonna
Nicole
have
all the way.
your team Nicole all the way.
Team Nicole.
Okay, well, there's gonna be some conversations and some disagreements. No.
Look, and it's been solidified because of the reunion.
Okay, well, that will be interesting. So here's the general concept: is we first of all, I feel very accomplished because it's not easy to do a recap week by week by week. And from the beginning of this, over a couple of months of doing the show, we started recapping Real Housewives of New Jersey over on Russell's channel. So it's an accomplishment to get to this stage. I was wondering what you were drinking. I was like, are you drinking a Marisol Kaki already?
Like, pop. Well, fresh from Hawaii.
Oh, okay. He's a jet setter. So anyways, I'm just gonna say like some nice stuff real quick. I'm just very accomplished that we did the whole season. It was a fantastic season. Now, where somebody could say we dropped the ball, or me, because I was the one who was like, Russell, I don't think we need to cover the reunion. Like, we could do a whole end of season thing, but usually reunions are insanely uneventful. They're always stretching it out. And I will say by the third one, it was a little much. I don't think we needed a third reunion. I think we could have put that into two. But with that being said, the two were very, very, very good. Tons of new information.
Yes.
BTS moments with Alexia. Like, it was a show in itself.
Yeah.
So I actually was incorrect on that one, and we should have covered it like we did the season. Yeah.
You know what? It's okay though, because we're covering the reunion as a whole, which to me makes sense. When it comes to the episodes, those are individual days, right? But the reunion is shot in one day. So the fact that we're going to shoot it in one episode, that's okay with me because they shoot the reunion at one time. So why should you and I shoot 3 individual reunion recaps? I could see if we did Instagram live of us watching it and we responded naturally to each one of the reunions, 1, 2, and 3 parts. But as a whole, I think you made the right move. I think it's fine. We're still covering it. We didn't miss it. So we're still here. It's still fresh. I mean, you come to the right place if you want to talk recaps, because we are the number one, as they say in OnlyFans, the top 0.05%.
Who decided this? Are you like calculating this on? I mean, I love the compliment, but I mean, where did it come from?
I have my own way of doing math, and it's not about how you tell the truth. It's how you explain it and how you calculate it in your favor.
That's true. We are the leading recap show by 2 hosts with the name R. We are certainly winning the category.
Absolutely.
So category
is I can't wait for Dr. Nicole to bring me on the Real Housewives of Miami.
Would you, if Dr. Nicole got on the phone, ring, and said she wanted to, like, you know, include you, you would find a compelling conversation with Dr. Nicole, Russell? Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, absolutely. Dr. Nicole is like the epitome of, I want to say Mexcellence, but she's not Mexican. So, you know, like she is the epitome of brains, beauty, quick wit. Like she really has something going for her, and she really, as we've seen with the relationship with her dad, she really fought against the odds and, you know, struggling with those relationships, getting herself through college. I mean, come on. Like, if anyone at the Real Housewives of Miami has anything to offer and put on the table, it's Dr. Nicole, because she comes with it. Like, you can't take nothing from her, even if you took away the show. she's still going to progress
That's
in
the
life.
thing. Nobody's trying to take anything away from her. That is
Everybody's
her.
trying to take everything away from her.
No,
Ronnie
no one
Jr.
cares about her. No one even knows she's
Everybody cares
exists.
about Nicole.
Nobody cares about. Nobody knows she exists. That's the issue.
Everybody
We'll
knows
get
she
into the meat and the
exists.
potatoes because and it's not even a her versus Larsa. It's just I like Larsa. A that's like one part of my brain, and then B also Dr. Nicole is just. I'm just saying, could you hold a conversation with her? Would she be a fun hang? The chances are no. Now, she does have a lot to contribute and will always uplift. And why you laugh? What's the laughing?
You said the chances are no.
Well, did you see the way she was doing press recently? Oh, good. Oh, goodness.
Maybe I did. Maybe
okay,
I
so
didn't.
this one, okay, can I just, we'll go off of this one and then we'll just like let it go. And then we'll just like keep coming back to all the moments.
Okay.
And this is no knock. Like, again, I did favor some of the excitement she was bringing at the beginning of the season. But I feel like she kind of got into a little bit of in her own mind. Yeah, she got into her mind a little bit because she's very much, still orchestrating, how she wants to be perceived, which is fine. But, a person like me, I could only rock with you if you're real or not, authentic or not. And that's not taking away that she is a doctor. That is fantastic. I love the Cuban excellence that she does bring to the table. I love seeing her mother. I love seeing the struggles with her father. I really identified, not like as a related situation, but I identified with where she was willing to go with the father in terms of him saying, I couldn't have you around because in the therapy session because I wasn't the best, or not even the best. I was far from the best. And it told me one thing. That is where, in some way, shape, or form, Dr. Nicole's fire had been born, because she started off with, not the greatest deck of cards in that situation. So excellence was always something for her. So I could like her for that. So just so we're clear, love Dr. Anthony. Oh my God. Honey, love me some Dr. Anthony. He's not Dr. Anthony, but I call him Dr. Anthony.
Daddy Anthony.
Yeah, I call him that too. Actually, we have a clip because, again, this is going to be a lot of best ofs, in terms of our Real Housewives of Miami season 5 recap, reunion, and more. I call it an extravaganza. Just so we're clear, because I'll play this clip, then you could see that I am very nuanced with my opinions, where it's not like he's a hater, he likes Larsa. It's just like, no, you could like things about somebody, but then clock them for other stuff that's just ridiculous. Let me play the clip that's affirming and positive, and then I'm going to tell you a press moment that I thought she was the most corny that I've seen in Housewives in a long time. And maybe not in a long... Let me run the clip, right? I should run the clip. Russell's like, dang, Ronnie is ready to roll today.
Look, I'm about to come for Larsa, so I'm just sitting back and I'm letting you give your opinion
microphone
on Dr.
will
Nicole,
be muted, bitch. Okay.
Larsa's about to take a seat.
I feel like with all the drama that is happening with like Vanderpump and SWV Escape, like I feel like it's building like this excitement. Anyway, let's run this clip to show you that I do rock out for Dr. Nicole and Dr. Anthony, and then we'll talk. Come on, Anthony.
Get it in with Anthony. I'm gonna get it in. You're gonna get it in right here.
Let's go on a flight together, Anthony. Let's go.
Mile High Club, here you come.
So I mean, I do want your opinion too, but my thoughts are like,
if you had to choose between Larsa and a relationship with Anthony Lopez for the rest of your life, which one would you choose?
Wait, but what do I get out of Larsa?
Just the friendship?
like friendship?
Yeah.
I would say Anthony, only because I feel like Larsa already likes me a lot. I've heard word that she likes our show.
Let the viewers see that this is the one time where you've abandoned Larsa.
No. I didn't abandon it. I said she already likes
leaving
me.
Larsa for the D.
Wow. Wouldn't be the first. Oh boy, what a messy show. No,
you see this, America? You see this, and everybody else in all the other 138 countries of the world. Ronnie has officially left Larsa for Anthony Lopez.
I think he's a liar. You're lying right now. You're telling people lies.
That's a lie. Ding, 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 ding. Lie. Ding, 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 ding. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Oh, he's turning red. He's turning red. Well, how else are you feeling about this, Ronnie? Let's see what we can really get out of you here.
No, I would enjoy a night or two with Dr. Anthony, whatever his name is. Whatever his name is. Okay, so let's just get down to it though. Okay. For real. Let's get down to it for real. before I start talking quickly and slick, salute to our, Russell's queen, Dr. Nicole, the anesthesiologist, and she's just, I guess, compelling. Yay! Congrats! Yay!
You
Okay,
guess, oh, a baby. When I
okay.
have her
No, no, no,
Larsa
no, no,
today,
no, no,
you're
no, no,
not
no,
gonna
no,
like
no, no,
it.
no, 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 no. The mute microphone will
No,
be
no, 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 no.
taking
I will be on
place.
Instagram Live at Russell X Raymond. You can hear all my thoughts.
Well, we got to go to the comments here. So we've got Corey Polk saying, "What about her recent interviews?" Okay, so this is referring to this is just one of the things that's so funny and corny to me. I won't even get into, like, once we get to the reunion, we'll talk about the reunion. And she did okay in the reunion. I'm not gonna knock. So Russell, tell me how you like see this. So she was interviewing with Entertainment Tonight.
Uh-huh.
It's like she's just not cool. That's what it really, anyway. She's interviewing with Entertainment Tonight and she's struggling. Like, she's trying so hard to be unbothered. Like, it's like the goal. And he goes, Bryce is the Entertainment Tonight reporter, goes, "Oh, so Marisol and Alexia were on Watch What Happens Live, and they were asked, like, of the newbies, what do you think of them?" And everyone's name was brought up and your name was left out. So Alexia and Marisol left your name out, right? Like, take that in. And her answer was, and she giggled, and like she was beside herself with like being that corny. She says, "Well, I guess I'm just living rent-free in their head." Rent-free in their head? They didn't even bring up your name. Nobody likes you. Like, rent-free in your... This is insanity to me. Rent-free, and they didn't even bring you up. Like, and then she went on to say...
Don't bring someone up, though, doesn't mean you're not bothered by them.
They don't care about her.
Yes,
She's
they
like...
do. They are bothered by her.
Says who? Says you? Says
They're
you?
bothered by her because she's younger. And
who cares? But that's the calculation.
A career based off of herself. She didn't build her career based off of anybody else's.
But that's a projection within you. That's a project. Like, but the metric that you're assessing
is on the reunion, though.
How did it show on the reunion?
Because they each had to interject in anything that she had to say because she couldn't get a word.
She didn't say anything. She was invisible.
No,
she was invisible. Do you know what I
jump in?
Two things that were funny.
Just can't let her speak because they're bothered by her.
Because
if you're not bothered by somebody, you wouldn't care what they had to say.
No. Disagree.
Care what they had
disagree.
To say,
disagree. No. Say that again, because that don't even make no sense. You're saying
you're not bothered by someone when they're saying things, you would dismiss it and you would wait for Andy to look at you and be like, "What are your thoughts about this?" Like, I don't have any thoughts about it.
They don't care.
Trying to shut them down because they bother you so much. You try to shut people down when they intimidate you.
Okay, so let's go off your philosophy. What would make Alexia and Marisol, and I guess Larsa in this case, what would make them be bothered by her? Like if she, again, as I said, let's put up the photo so we could say she's got a good, like, yay, good for you, yay. That is good for her. That don't have no burden on my life and how I rock. Like, if I get around somebody who does their thing and they're amazing, good for them. Don't let the door hit you at the on the way out, kind of a thing. If I don't like you, now if I like you, it's a different story. But if I don't like you, I don't care about you that much. So it just, anyways, can we acknowledge, Russell? And you're real smart, so I know you get what I'm saying. Can we acknowledge that the corniness in that interview to, like, not even have a quick comeback or whatever, or say something, but it was, "I live rent free," and she said it like 2 or 3 times, rent free. It was all about this rent free, a pretty unoriginal thought at that. And I was like, they didn't even bring you up. Like, they don't care about you. Like you aren't really registering, but in her mind, she is.
So to be fair, I can acknowledge what you're saying, but to be fair, when you've never done press, the way that these people, and the Housewives is a huge franchise. So when the press comes, they come. This is just as big as any pop star, really any pop star at this point. Like, if you're talking, like, are they on Kardashian level? No. But does the paparazzi want them? Yes, because Bravo celebrities are huge. So if you don't know how to handle press and you haven't been on both sides, or you never dealt with it before, it's very hard to navigate a way to have that. So it's hard for them to navigate. It's hard for you to navigate as an individual to rally for yourself without having them spin it a certain way, which celebrities who've been in the game and who already know both sides of the press actually know how to make a small comment that can't get twisted out of hand versus you're trying to you're really trying, like, again, you're trying to find your place on this show, but at the same time you're also trying to navigate through press. So it's like it's one of those things where you learn with time. It's being in the press is rough. When I worked for TMZ, that was, oh my gosh, that I wouldn't trust me. I've been on that side of the camera, so I know how to handle this side of the camera when things are brought up that are either uncomfortable, irrelevant, someone trying to put bait in front of me and dangle it. I know how to handle those things now, but if I did not work at TMZ, I tell you right now, I would not know how to handle it.
You make really good points. And that is really a truthful thing. This is her second run at it. I think one of the things that makes her different than some of these other housewives, and even if we were to critique them, because again, me saying, "Oof, Nicole, that's how you're rocking it." That's just more me judging how she's rocking it. That's not saying, "Oh, I'm team this one or team that one." It's a personal, like, when she made that comment, I was like, this can't be the one that everyone's standing like this. That would be crazy. Like that, like I could never stand somebody who's that cheesy.
But also you have to remember she's trying to reporters don't always use the whole story because they're trying to get a soundbite from you. And they already pre-written their story. They've already pre-written their stories prior to interviewing you. And if something compelling is said, they're going to add that in. So if this is your normal narrative of I constantly go places with them and they're constantly coming after me and they're constantly attacking me and whatever, that is the angle that you're going to stay with no matter what question is asked to you, even if it's relevant or irrelevant. And like I said, she doesn't know how to navigate that yet because she's not a veteran when it comes to press. She's still new. So do they come after her? They absolutely come after her. And it shows, and it showed all over the reunion. Now, was that question in regards to them coming after her? No. But again, she's trying to pitch what is normally happening to her, which was irrelevant to the situation. Again, you only learn that when you become a veteran with press and when you've done it so much that things like that just roll off the tongue and roll off the back. And when you can actually dismiss the person who's asking you the questions.
Can I tell you that I think one of the issues, and I would even if I were to critique, because it's funny you said the word attacked, and I don't feel like anyone attacked her, but we'll leave it there. But what I will say, I think that what's intriguing is I feel like it's hard to do a show when you've been on the show for a long time, and that doesn't necessarily make you better than anyone, but you've put stuff out there, you've put yourself out there, you've had your words be mixed, and you just sort of had to go with the flow. Someone like Larsa, I don't think she necessarily does this intentionally, but her thought is, let's keep it funky because for so many years, it's 9,000 lies have been said about me.
Mm-hmm.
And while like I totally relate to that, like I get how Larsa would be like sort of mad that other people are like, trying to like fit into this little box. Like you kind of said, you were saying like Nicole is trying to arc this little thing and it's kind of working within the narrative she created. And I would say that I would feel a little bit like it's just a weird teammate because it shows like a team, that's your cast member. It's very odd that some of these cast members have had so much ridicule in their personal lives, and then the others have got to keep it really prim and proper. And within that, they get to kind of make it as if like they're, we're thriving and we're this. I don't care if you're thriving. That's fantastic. It's just a matter of being authentic and being real. And it does feel like that would be something. I'm not putting words in Larsa's mouth or Alexia or Marisol, But I'm telling you from like the years of doing radio or whatnot, like anytime I got to go and I got to keep it funky, I know that I might not gel with somebody, whether it's their first day or not, who just gets to tell a cutesy story and it's so far from the truth. I'm not saying Nicole's far from her truth. I'm just saying there might be a little bit more there. But I'll do my due diligence because I'm a great guy. And I will continue to try to find if she's asked back. I don't know if Dr. Nicole would be asked back. She really didn't create much this season, quite boring. But if she's asked back, I will try my best to like re-enjoy her and like really kind of find out what makes her, makes her compelling and exciting. And I just think she was a little in her head this season. Takes nothing away from her skill set. I think she, as an anesthesiologist, is fantastic. I think she is gorgeous. I love Dr. Anthony. Their little son is so cute. I hope their wedding is fantastic. But I'll do a little bit better going into next season. Did you want what are you feeling?
I'm drawing the parallels between Dr. Nicole and what you're saying to what Bree on when we covered the Real Housewives of New Jersey had to say about Melissa, because
when Bree, who's Bree?
Bree Cheyenne. I had when you were on your bye
week. Yes. I'm sorry. Okay, this is for Russell's YouTube channel. Yes, the co-host. Yes.
So when she was saying that Melissa doesn't have a storyline without Teresa, and we rock for Melissa.
We do. We love
Nicole
Melissa.
Is the same, right? Because that's what it sounds like. Where we're going with this conversation of Nicole wouldn't have a storyline if it wasn't for, or she's irrelevant, right? How would Melissa would technically be considered irrelevant as well without Teresa?
Not really, because every time that I talk about Melissa for years, 10 toes down, I've always said it. I didn't care what anybody said. I didn't care if there's the percentages. There's 99% of the people who are on Team Teresa, and I'm the only one who's on the other side. I don't care what anyone thinks. That doesn't suit me. I would always go 10 toes down saying that Melissa is exciting. She's intriguing. She's compelling. She's fun. Nicole does not give those elements. Do you see the difference?
I think Nicole is fun. But I think that she's been iced out.
What would that have to do? What would that have to do with in her personal scenes showing? But
when you're iced out, then you kind of get stuck in this character of I have to be now I have to console Adriana.
That's her choice. That's her choice. I got to tell you, and
not necessarily when people don't rock with you and they don't play with you. And I'm kind of the same way. If you don't rock with me, cool, kick rocks. But when you get iced out, and especially and Dolores just said this in an interview, they have to interact with each other. They can't really bring in outsiders. So there might be very well opportunity for her to have fun in her own personal life, but they don't have access to the camera, so they can't highlight those things. And again, she has to be in this corner with these women who might not be as fun and compelling.
But by the calculations, there's 4 of them. There is Nicole, Gertie, Adriana, and Julia. You notice the difference? You don't see the other side. Wah, the victim. Like this side, you kind of explained a second ago that Nicole's iced out. Yes, she's rocking with this group. That this group supposedly is the iced out group. How could you be the iced out group and there's more of you? And another thing is, one thing I think Dr. Nicole's mad about is I don't even think she wants to be with this group. She had buyer's remorse at Adriana's music video for Faya. When she was at that music video, like no one really wanted to be at the table. These girls are not really loving being around each other. I think they're just out of necessity, maybe to the point you were making a second ago. Like the other girls, they rock and we don't really fit in with them. But which one is it? Like you have the 4 people that are on your side. Go have fun. Go have a ball. Like, why do you care so much about Alexia, Larsa, and Marisol? Like, I will never understand it. I'll never understand it. And again, I'm not like super like this is not the biggest deal in the world.
But the newbies also have to challenge the veterans. That would be like, I'm trying to draw parallels within Housewives and like relevant ones, but like Teresa's always going to hold weight. If Caroline comes back on the show, she's going to hold weight. If they bring you and I on the show, you and I if Teresa and Caroline don't like us right off the bat, not saying that you and I are fun and we don't bring any outside drama to the show like Adriana does or like Julia does. Julia brings not that Julia brings drama, she brings humble country girl, not much to offer.
Mm-hmm. I
Model,
mean,
and there's models out there that are very simple and they do make a lot
yeah.
of money, but they don't like the hecticness and craziness of a life. And so if you and I got stuck with my next door neighbor, who's a mom of two, she's a teacher, you don't see her partying in the streets, and then our scenes are constantly with her.
Mm-hmm.
And if you and I get crazy, the storyline is like, no, you have to include her. And it's like, well, she's not fun, so I have to not be fun. But like Teresa and Caroline are out like doing their thing. Let's say like season 2, season 3, when they were all friends, they're doing their things, and you and I keep trying to like join them, and they're like, no, we don't like you. Like, you have nothing to offer. You're unintelligent. And we're like, peace out, because I don't want to use the other finger. Read between the
I totally
lines.
understand what you're saying. You're saying there's like the dance to keeping your gig, I guess, on the show. You
Mhm.
go too polarizingly, like, kick rocks, then where do you stand? But the reason I can't have too much sympathy with that, as well as my career has went and then not, I've always stood on the principle of, if I ain't rocking with you, I ain't rocking with you. Like, there's like, I come from a union family, okay? So I don't really play the, well, if I tuck my tail, I'll at least, hoist up my career. No, never gonna do it. Never have done it. I'm a badass regardless. That doesn't favor well with the business. So I will say that I acknowledge what you're saying 1000%, that maybe Nicole or Gertie, they're forced to sort of be in that boat. They're like, they would rather be like Kick Rocks and be more compelling, as we're trying to get them to be. But you're saying they're still navigating a little bit of a dance. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I will keep it nice here because I was actually very intrigued and almost shown the door, because it takes a lot for me to be not feeling Nicole, but that's my truth. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
If I was an influential person, all the the girls, are loving Dr. Nicole. Like, people that I'm like as far as I go on Instagram and I'm like, and it's all the baddies. Like, everyone who I think is dope as fuck, they all can't stand Larsa, and they love the sham that is Dr. Nicole. So
but there's something to be said also, though, when women don't like you, but men like you. Does that make sense? Like, you can be a guy's girl or you can be a girl's girl, but there's just a lot that I'm not going to get into on this.
I don't think women don't like her, though.
I think there are women that do not like her. I
think the fan base, like, if you do swoop through Twitter, I think the fan base, I don't mean the girls, women, the female fan base, I think they love Dr. Nicole. Really, I'm in a small bracket of people who like Larsa, but I don't care. That's what I'm telling you. I'll never care if I'm not in the popular opinion. That doesn't suit me, and never has, never will. But I will do my due diligence. What would you think I should work on as we get into the next season? Do you think she's coming back for sure, Nicole?
Dr. Nicole?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You think she's like the star of the show?
Do I think she's the star of the show? No, but she adds to the show.
That darn Russell Ray Silva, which you can find more of his stuff at youtube.com at Russell X Raymond. You really do have some good points, because I've realized in your your words here, it's not because, again, in the beginning of the season, I was like, oh, okay, I feel like Dr. Nicole's kind of going somewhere. She kind of came with it at the beginning of the season. I think where I'm having a problem, and by the way, Dr. Nicole should just hire me for media training, and I will take care of all of the problems I'm about to say. What it became was, because based on what you just said right now, it became a detachment from who I am, like, feeling coming through the camera based on her actions, reality or not. Because, again, we both are being very aware. We've been around cameras. I told you about the one time I did the Fuse television project, and then they said, you're going to the next round. 4 times, 4 takes. They said, you're going. And I said, oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Like humble. But the fifth one, they told me to amp it up and they like kept pushing. And then that was the arrogant asshole one, which wasn't really the truth, but that's what made the edit. So I'm saying even looking within that, because you and I have experience in being on camera, post-production, all the things.
Yes.
I just feel like Dr. Nicole is kind of so far from where she goes and acts on the show. And so these little like, I'm the sweetest little bitch was one of her lines, which again, even that is a bit corny because that reminds me of Sammy Sweetheart. It's kind of already been done, which by the way, Dr. Nicole might have been in her, pen and pad writing down, oh, this will be good. Let me do this. She feels very calculated in that way. That's if I was talking to Dr. Nicole like one-on-one, it would be that. It would be I need it to come through a little more naturally. You're trying to do the I'm unbothered. They live rent free. I'm the sweetest little bitch. Like all of these like little cutesy things, but you on the show and in all your interviews, because I will always, because I'm a broadcast professional for 20 years, I will never make a judgment on somebody but not also see their side. So you best believe, and it's not like I hate watch because I love Dr. Nicole, there's no issue. I'll watch every interview and I'm always like, oh, the trying too hard, like the case of the trying too hards. Like that's what's happening. And I think on some end, like the other girls are like, we don't have that leverage. Like Larsa, not that Larsa doesn't like Dr. Nicole, but let's say she did. I think she feels like I don't get to keep anything secret. Like all these little jokes that Dr. Nicole made in the show, like, oh, well, we all know who she's dating now, Marcus Jordan. Like Larsa's had to be on Front Street for so long that I think she gets a little like when she sees somebody not really being that authentic, it's kind of like hard for her to be around it.